It's like volume 18. Racking up the numbers, baby. Anyway. Man, I hope everybody's good today. I wanted to say something right quick. Sometimes I get reluctant to speak a lot because just a lot of things that I'm going through myself. But if you see somebody that's not smiling or looking upset or looking distressed, they're not always necessarily mad. A lot of them could be just tired. Now a lot of them could be mad. A lot of people are mad. A lot of people are big mad today for some reason, but a lot of people are tired, have physiological fatigue issues that they don't even understand. Don't judge people. Say good morning and see how they react to it. Look at this fool. Stay in your lane. Shit. Anyway. We live in an environment and we live under philosophies that are really detrimental to our well-being. I was thinking the other day, I was like, man, I can't keep anybody from dying. That's one thing I can't do, and I can't help anybody to evade death, because death comes for us all, unfortunately. But one thing we could all do, we could all help each other enjoy life and live it to its fullest potential. I think that we can do that for each other. But evading death and, helping each other to not die, no, we can help each other to live. And that's kind of paradoxical, because the moment we're born, the time starts ticking. But the moment we're born, we start living. It's like the ultimate paradox, Anyway, nothing really too heavy on my mind today. I gotta stop arguing with fools on the internet. Well, stop going back and forth with people. I had commented under a post put out by Hughes Blanchard. It was talking about the Jews and people claiming to be the chosen people, and somebody came in the comments, and I don't know why I engaged, but I did. They said damn, being a Christian, it's all about the Old Testament and this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, hey, they're like, the Old Testament never spoke of Jesus Christ and all that. And I'm just like, well, the Old Testament totally pointed to Jesus Christ. The prophets testified of him. God testified of him. I think a big problem. First, the biggest problem is hard-heartedness and pride. People want to hang on to what they've been taught. People want to hang on to their preconceived notions. People don't want to humble themselves and really get what the word is saying. And it's a journey. I've been humbled. I've been wrong about things that are important, and I had to pray that God forgives me. But the more humble you are, the more you'll learn. I don't know if that's in the Bible, but that's something that I see just teaching people. If you're not humble, if your cup is full, I can't put anything in it. First, the biggest problem is humility. People are just not humble. Then another issue is laziness. People don't study. And then the third issue, and there are many issues. I'm not numbering these in any kind of order of significance, except for the pride. Pride is definitely number one. But another issue is the language there are many words in the New Testament that were not in the Old, that are not found in the Old Testament, and it's a matter of translation. You know, it's kind of like you never see the word eternity in the King James Old Testament. Or no, is that eternal? I forgot, I looked it up, but it's like you'll see everlasting, and it's actually the same word. You know, so it kind of takes some decoding. You know, you need a couple of tools to help you get past that. But if you're gonna be a scholar, be a scholar, you know. Or you're gonna be a student, be a student. You know, don't be a jailhouse scholar, you know, who learns something and then, you know, think that that's the final authority. You know, always learn, especially something, you know, that we hold so dear to us, that we have such a great reverence for. You know, it's something that we should all take our time to study. If we're gonna stake our lives on it, you know, we gotta understand what we're doing. And then also, another thing, you know, I was reading the other day, I was reading in Genesis, and you know, God made a covenant with Abraham, and that's actually the covenant that we're under, to my understanding. And I could be wrong, but you know, I gotta study more. But you know, it says in Galatians as well. It says that, you know, we're the children of the promise, and that the promise, you know, the promise was Isaac. He was the promised seed, you know, through which Christ came from. And you know that there were two seeds. There were the seed of the flesh and the seed of the promise. You know, so we're the seed of the promise. You know, so all this stuff about you know, who are the chosen people, I've already said it in my previous lives. I already spoke on that. And if you want my opinion, go back and watch it. You know, share it, because Instagram is hating on my view counts. But this, you know, the thing is, like, all these Hebrew Israelite Negroes, you know, they come and they're very virulent and very hostile. You know, they come and they start accusing everybody of being Esau and Edom, and you know, they start saying that people that are not, you know, that are not the chosen are gonna die, and all this stuff that's found in the Old Testament scriptures that they totally misinterpret. And they misinterpret it. Why? Because of pride. A lot of it is just to validate their blackness, because they want to say that black people are the children of Israel. And you know, there may be some truth to that. There may not be some truth to that. But you know, what is the truth is what God spoke. And you know, God didn't say anything about being black. Like that 12 tribes chart, I don't know where the hell they got it from. I don't know how they verify it. I don't know, but you know, it says the Mexicans are Reuben, and you know, Judah happens to be, you know, the black Americans, and then you know, you got Ephraim is like Jamaica and all that stuff. You know, I don't know where the hell they got it from, but if you really read the Old Testament, the Old Testament is full of the Jews screwing up and God putting them in bondage, and then, you know, them being set free, and then them getting in bondage again. You know, and the thing is, you know, the people responsible for the bondage are usually destroyed in God's wrath. And I got some viewers. Hey, what's up, Tammy? What's up, Manuel Luna? But anyway, the people that are in disobedience, you know, they always get destroyed in God's wrath, and God always saves a remnant. You know, God will always save a remnant. So, you know, and you know, the Bible talks about a final judgment for Israel, and it talks about how Israel is going to be destroyed and scattered. They're going to be made desolate. You know, so for all these people to be talking about, oh, well, we're the tribe of Judah, we're Israel and stuff like that, and you know, they blaspheme when they talk about the Old Testament is fairy tale. I mean, the New Testament is a fairy tale. The New Testament is pretty much the fulfillment of what the prophets spoke and what God spoke to the prophets. That's what they fail to realize. If you look in the Old Testament, if you look at the things Jesus said, a lot of it was already written in the Old Testament. You know, a lot of if you read a lot of Paul's letters to the churches, a lot of those letters it's just him requoting the Old Testament scriptures. You know, it's like Christ said. He said that you search scriptures and then you think you have eternal life, but they speak of me. That's what Jesus said. You know, and then they have this weird thing about how Revelation is about how God is going to destroy everybody except them, and they're going to inherit the earth, and you see these fools on the street corner with purple robes and these girdles, not knowing that the purple and gold robe, the purple and gold attire is what the whore of Babylon was wearing. Because they try to emulate how God told the priest to dress, in the law when he was giving Moses the law. He told the priest to wear gold, and the tabernacle was to be purple and arrayed in gold and scarlet, gold and scarlet and all that. Hold on, right? Yeah, all right, here I am back. Gold and scarlet. So they speak. They speak as if they have authority, but they have absolutely no authority to speak. These people are exactly what Jesus said. Those who say they are Jews and are not, but of the synagogue of Satan. That's hilarious. The irony of that. The irony. These people tell everybody they're going to burn in hell, and they're the very ones that. Well, they're not the very ones, but they're they are the descendants. They are the allegorical descendants of who Jesus said that they say they're Jews that are not, but you are the synagogue of Satan. Like, ain't that a trip? Ain't that a trip? Their own words condemn them. That's the darkness that they walk in, because they're filled with pride and all that. And I only say this because they came at me. Yeah, these people coming at me talking about, I worship a pagan god. Let me tell you something, man. This might upset a lot of people, and that's fine. That's fine, because I stand where I stand. God, that's a lesson God has been showing me. Stand where you stand. Especially when He shows me something to stand on it. I worship God. To the best of my ability, I worship God. He said you worship a pagan Jesus. No, I worship Jesus' Father. The same way Jesus told us to worship His Father is the same way, it's the same thing that I try to do. So I don't worship Jesus, I worship His Father. I pray to His Father. That Jesus was a priest, right? What is a priest? A priest is somebody that goes between God and man. He speaks to God on behalf of man. That's what Jesus does. So He was a perfect high priest. That's, if you look in the law, the priest would go in the temple and make intercession on behalf of the people to God. So he accused me of that, and the Bible says that he that denies the Son denies the Father, right? That's what John said. That's what 1 John says. But they don't believe the New Testament because it was written by the Greeks. Well, John is not a Greek name. John is a Hebrew name. John is the Hebrew name Yohanan. But these people don't study. The Bible said that those who deny the Son denies the Father. and he is an antichrist. He who denies the Father and the Son. You know, so these people have no ground to point the finger on at anybody as if they have any kind of authority. You know, they're lazy, they're racist. I don't know what else to say. You know, I'm not gonna lie and say like I'm not one that don't, you know, that try to duck, that try to avoid smoke. Sometimes I'll be looking for smoke. You know, I'll be looking for smoke, and I need to stop. I need to stop that. But and the reason I need to stop that because I'm not always right. I am not always right, you know, and there's always room for me to learn. But you know, in these engagements with people, you know, I always do learn something. I try to learn something. But I need to stop looking for smoke. Like, you know, sometimes I'm just like, man, I get so upset. It's some of the heretical doctrines that have been infused, you know, into the scriptures. And you know, it is what it is. But I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, the point, all I'm saying is that, you know, the whole Old Testament pointed to Jesus Christ. You know, the prophets spoke about him. And all those prophecies, you know, there's a lot of prophecies that people don't understand. You know, one about, you know, the one that Jesus quoted in Luke 4, you know, that was found in Isaiah when he said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me because he had anointed me to preach the gospel to the meek and all that. You know, that's something Isaiah actually did. Isaiah did that, but you know, Jesus would do it as well. You know, there was a you know, about, I think in Isaiah 9:6, you know, when it talks about the government shall be on the shoulders and all that, it was talking about Hezekiah, but it was also talking about Jesus. You know, Jesus was the ultimate fulfillment of it. Well, when he told David, you know, he said, you know, David, you're gonna have a son, and he said your son is gonna be, you know, I'm gonna be a father to him, and you know, I'm gonna establish his kingdom forever. You know, the son of David was gonna be the son of God, right? Now, who's the son of David? The son of David was Solomon. But who's called the son of David? The son of David is Jesus Christ, right? It said, I'm the bright and morning star, the root of David. Or it said the root of Jesse. I think it said David. But if you look in Matthew, it says the genealogy, the record of the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of Abraham, the son of David, right? Who was the seed that, that God had a covenant with? He said, he told Abraham that I'm going to establish my covenant with your seed forever. What was he talking about? He was talking about Jesus Christ. That's what he was talking about. You know, so the New Testament, the quote unquote, and I hate that we call it the New Testament, but these books, you know, that we call this the New Testament, they were all the fulfillment of everything God has spoken through the prophets. You know, so and you know, I kind of get uneasy speaking about these things because, like I said, I may be wrong, but you know, I always encourage people, go back and look at it. And you know, I do need to apologize for any kind of disparaging remarks I made towards anybody. I need to do that, you know, because I really I ain't trying to, you know, go around offending people and stuff like that. I really don't, you know, and because some people just don't know. But I just want to encourage people to read and study. You know, read like you never read the book before. Read like you're trying to find out who the main characters are and the plots and all that stuff like that. You know, that's how you're supposed to read. You know, not with these preconceived notions. You know, another thing, right quick, I was talking about the language. You know, how the language kind of, you know, how the, you know, you have that translation from Hebrew to Greek, and how sometimes that throws off our understanding and our interpretation. I was reading in Revelation, one time, and it said that I saw one like the Son of Man. And then, in order to understand that, you got to go back to Daniel. When Daniel said, I saw one like the Son of Man, right? Who is the Son of Man? Who is the Son of Man? Like, what is the Son of Man? The Son of Man is... What is the Son of Man? The Son of Man, what the Ben Adam? B'nai Adam? That's how you say it in Hebrew. Or Bar Adam, or Bar Enosh. But the Son of Man is just a human being. That's all it means. The Son of Man is a human being. Literally speaking. The sons of Adam, they're humans. They're ones that are like Adam. So it said, I saw the Son of Man. So I was like, who's the Son of Man? But see, this is how one word can throw everything off. In Revelation, it doesn't say I saw one like the Son of Man. It said I saw one like, it doesn't say like I saw one like the Son of Man. It said I saw one like a Son of Man. I saw one like a Son of Man. Not the Son of Man, a Son of Man. So I saw a human. I think it says that in Daniel as well. I did it. I checked it one time, and it didn't have the definite article D. So it should have been translated a Son of Man. Don't quote me on that because I didn't double verify. I usually double and triple verify these things before I share it with others. But go look it up for yourself. Go look it up for yourself. It says, it says like I saw one like a Son of Man. I didn't see the definite article there, so that would be a human being. A lot of these words that we use and we try to mistake them as like holy words and all that. Words are words. It just depends on how you use a word to convey the message. It's like we think the word angel is like a holy word. Angel just means messenger. It's used in secular literature back then. If you said evangelon, right? Evangelon is the word. It's a compound word. U means true, and angel, angelon, right? It's a true message. Evangelon. That's where we get. It says euangelon. That's where we get the word eulogy and evangelism. Evangelist. Evangelon is a true message. Gospel. Gospel is a good message. Good tidings. These words are used in not extra biblical literature. So just words are. Only humans can speak words. So words. I would say words are words are only used by I'm not even gonna touch on that. But animals they can't speak. Animals don't speak. Only humans can. Only humans can that have the capacity to carry the Spirit of God. So I think that we should all just if you're gonna get somewhere and teach as you're an authority, you better do your due diligence to know that that what you're saying is true. Because I don't want to be the guy to mislead people. So if you're not sure, just keep your mouth closed. That's one thing my old coach told me. He said, when in doubt, don't pass the ball. Because you're gonna do a turnover, you're gonna make a turnover. When in doubt, don't pass the ball. So when in doubt, just keep your mouth closed. Just sit on it and let God show you. Anyway, good word. I appreciate it. I got one viewer. And I appreciate everybody that that takes the time to listen to me talk about nothing. I appreciate that. But yeah, so I'm not in traffic no more. Traffic is flowing, or things are flowing. But just we should all be humble. that looks upset, maybe they're tired. You know, give them benefit of the doubt. I say that because I'm tired. I'm not upset at all. I'm not mad at all. I got a lot of joy in my heart. You know, I try to uplift people. You know, it's funny because I brighten up when I get around people, especially around strangers for some reason. I don't know. But anyway, well, that's been my quick rant on this edition of Chapter Chronicles.